Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Plague Inc. Evolved Custom Scenarios. We're going to start going through some requests today. I have been collecting a list and in no particular order, all in one is something we should look for, which I do not see on here. Alright, since that's not going to be a thing, how about the Red Fever? That was requested. Red Fever is the communist plague? Is that what you're referring to? Let's drop the and see if that changes anything real quick. Ah, there we go. Dope. Yeah, it appears to be the communist plague. Okay, communist plague it shall be. Communist Russia has always dreamed of spreading their ideals worldwide. Russia receives a large infectivity bonus for initial spread. Watch out for the USA, however. With a slogan of better red than dead, BRTD, they won't much appreciate the red fever. Proceed with caution. OBKB, since this was requested, let's see what we get. Communism ahoy. Catalytic switch, Darwinist, Aquasite, Extremophile, and Transstasis all seems relatively okay. Do I want Transstasis? I'm going to go for Symptostasis instead today, since it is a bacteria type. Normal difficulty is fine, and Red Fever, here we go. Joseph Stalin has converted the city of Moscow to a new type of government, communism. Can he convince the world to follow his ideals in 1940? The Red Fever receives a heavy infection boost in Russia. However, this is balanced by making the USA difficult to take down. Yeah! USA! USA! Okay. Red Fever begins in Russia. Wonderful. Let's go to transmissions. We start with Lenin's death. Vladimir Lenin invents communism in Russia, but is quickly replaced by Stalin. Doesn't cost me anything, so I guess we'll go ahead and grab it. Stalin's idea. Stalin talks about communism. That's all, though. Doesn't, compel anybody. Doesn't kill anybody. No, he just talks about communism. That's fine. There ain't nothing wrong about talking about it. You got a problem with free speech, do ya? I don't know, but it's catching on like wildfire. Already, 98 people in Russia think that communism might be a good idea. All right, let's talk about it a bit more. Then it's Stalin's fault. He writes communist pamphlets. Stalin's fault? All right, 22 points. Wow, the cost jumped up pretty quick. China approves. China also wants to be communist. Do we get any access to symptoms or anything? Oh, there we go. Now we have symptoms. All right. Online communism. In 1940? Really? www.becomeacommy.com. Communist. Oh, okay. That's actually kind of clever. I like that. All right. You win. I'm happy with that. USA reads about communism. Why? I guess we're trying to specifically make the United States easier to infect. The USSR. Communism. But it's united. And then the Iron Curtain, slow the anti-communism, which I'm guessing anti-communism is probably the cure? So I'm guessing that's cure resistance. Just a hunch, but it would make a little bit of sense if it were correct, right? I think so. The Festival of Love, communist love in Russia. Let's go ahead and go for online communism and also the USSR. Just try to get a little bit of extra infectivity going for me. We're going to have to write some pamphlets relatively soon. It looks like we've already spread into Finland and Korea. North Korea, probably. But China still hasn't quite figured it out. Kremlin? Organize all communist ideals under one flag, maybe. Pop-up ads, now only $3.99. Why are we measuring in US dollars instead of rubles? That's what I want to know. Let's say that China wants to become communist. And I do not automatically get infectivity in China. No, wait, yes I did. Well, okay, was that a coincidence or is it because I hit the button? I guess the world will never know. There is a surprising amount of air travel in the world, considering it's only 1940, but okay, we'll go with it anyway. Pop-up ads sound fine, don't really fit, but we'll go for it. We are spreading through Eastern Europe, and Greenland has become Redland. Yes. Com-it. Reddit for commies. Again, this is freaking 1940. I don't know if that part makes any sense. I mean, I hate to be too much of a stickler. But if you're going to go for a historical, well, ahistorical 1940 thing, then I'm just saying, hey, look, we've infiltrated American universities with neo-Marxist ideas. Yay! Let's go for Stalin's fault. He now writes pamphlets. And the Iron Curtain mutated on its own. Well, yes. I didn't even have to worry about that one. Kind of makes sense. Made in China. China pours liquid communism on all its products. I knew it! I knew those Chinese commies were trying to infect us all. I will never shop at Walmart again. Japan's starting to work on a cure. Really? Japan's trying to cure communism. It's amazing. It's beautiful. I love it. Let's go for USA since we are in there now. Oh no, communism bad, right? I don't know. Professor said it was great. Let's see. Still spreading pretty quickly throughout most of the developed world in the Eastern Europe and so on. Is France going to ban communism anytime soon? That'd be hilarious. The USA says hi to Russia. Okay. I mean, hi? Sure, I'll respond to that text, but I'm not going to accept your friend status. Germany is leading the effort to cure communism. With Nazis! Wait, what? I don't even know. We have no abilities. I am glad I didn't go for any sort of pathostasis. Communet? Russia's got their own web server, baby. Or do we want to go for Stalin? Stop! Stalin breathes communism. He lives and breathes communism, literally. He is communism incarnate, I guess. I don't know. Red China. China becomes fully communist. I gotta love how China's infectivity with communism is way more influential than Stalin. Those are really expensive, though. That's the thing. Do I even care? It's way better to go for the communet. Or Trump approves, again, in 1940. Trump likes communism. Watch out, USA. Okay, we're gonna go for Trump approves and we're gonna go for the communets, but, yeah, I don't know. Already I feel like my opinion of this is sort of slipping a little bit. It's one thing if you want to say, like, Putin is trying to reinvigorate the USSR and spread communism, even though I wouldn't describe Putin as a communist. You know, it's one thing if you wanted to do that, like a resurgence of communism in Russia, and then apply modern standards like the internet, like Trump, and so on. But if you're going to go back to 1940 and specifically work with Stalin, how does this make any sense? Shovel for you! Now go dig! Yes, communism brainwashing. Much success. Alright, that sounds pretty good. I mean, some of this is kind of funny, I guess, but still. Russian pride. Russian made the official language of the universe. Do they have the authority to do that? I don't think so, but they're going to do it anyway. Exploding shovels. The communist slaves don't like it. Or, hang them all. Kill the non-believers. One would call that a purge, I believe. The Great Purge, some might say. Red Terror, even. Better red than dead. The world begins to succumb to communism. Yeah, sure, why not? We're super infective. The United States did not hold out for very long, okay? They are the United Soviet States now. Exploding shovels mutated. I didn't even mean to do that, but now they're blowing up. How does a shovel blow up? I don't know, but it found a way. First death in the UK. That seems fitting. Yeah, it's not the USA that's causing problems. It's frickin' South America and Africa. India's holding out pretty well. Even Indonesia's not doing half bad. We're missing Morocco still, but that's just because we haven't infected much. Let's go for Stalin stop, and that's all the transmissions we're gonna get. I mean, remember that, guys, this was a requested scenario. I guess because they wanted to hear me either praise communism or make fun of communism and weren't sure which one I'd do. I'm not too sure. But, all of the joking aside, one thing that I can say is very fitting for this scenario is that as we progress, the entire world turns red. Yes? Yes, absolutely, that does seem fitting. We've gotten everything, by the way. No, there's abilities now. Oh! Stalin's death. Communists rampage. Stalin is dead. And then there's the Russian Revolution. They prepares for war. Okay. China's tanks. Why are we preparing for war? With who? We seem to be doing very well peacefully so far. I mean, good lord, this is going way better than... Oh, okay. I was going to say this is going way better than the USSR as far as its influence with, you know, the tens of millions dead. But right now we're looking at over 1 billion dead because for some reason our shovels have a rather crippling flaw in them and, well, they tend to explode in people's faces. Who would have seen that coming? Alright, we're going to kill Stalin. Bye, Stalin! Stalin's dead. China has tanks, and then there's a Cuban Missile Crisis. Cuba joins Russia. That already happened. But again, if I were to pick that up and Cuba had not been infected, does it automatically infect the country? If it does, awesome. If it does not, well, that's silly. Alright, there are no healthy people left in the world. 4.4 billion communists. I mean, about half the world had to die because of an oversight on our end, but... Oh, no, wait. Never mind. We are not content to simply control the entire world with our ideology. We must kill everybody in the process. Alright, Cuban Missile Crisis, and then we have Korean nukes. Nuke them all. Well, Stalin, I'm not sure what you thought you were going to accomplish with this one. I'm just saying, seems like a bad plan. Hey, we have spread our ideology across world. Now all must die. Why? Oh, communism. There you go. Korean nukes. And that's about as much lethality as we can get. So we've gotten literally everything in this scenario at this point. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a funny scenario. Like, I actually do kind of like the idea of ideological/political scenarios on Plague Inc. I think they can be kind of entertaining, especially if they're satirical in some sort of a nature. The only thing that really just kind of blows this scenario for me is just sort of the dissonance of 1940/1941 with 2017 references. I mean, just why? Pick something. There's a wealth of information about how people lived and what was going on during the Cold War and World War II, since we're still in 1941, and you can make the entire scenario fit that, or you can have a Russian resurgence of communism in the modern era. One or the other, but don't do both. I don't think that quite makes sense. Even so, we infected the world with communism and then they all promptly plopped over dead. Much success, I would say. 40,000 points, 2 stars, 599 days. It's a pretty short scenario, all things considered. I mean, not necessarily in terms of time, but just in terms of content. It's pretty simple. But there we go. We painted the world red and then black. It seems very fitting to me. Yes, I'll say that I recommend it, but I would recommend rewriting it a little bit just to correct for modern versus historical playthrough. Thank you very much. I appreciate you watching. I do hope that you enjoyed. If so, then be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.